up everyone, Jason here. I just wanted to jump online because over the last week I found some pretty cool stuff. The story was that last week I made a post on LinkedIn and reached out to the community and asked if there were ways that people made their time more efficient online or while they were on their computer and surfing the internet to get the tasks done that they need to do day to day, because we're all busy people, so I just wanted some top tips. I didn't get much feedback off the back of that, but I did a little bit of Googling myself and found some pretty mega tools that I think will help me and could potentially help all of you. So for those of you that don't know about it, there's these things called extensions that you can add to your Chrome browser, and extensions are like apps on your phone. So they have different functionalities and they can do different things depending on what you want to get done. So where you find them is you jump into these three dots here, go more tools, and there's this thing called extensions right here. So click into that and it'll provide you all the extensions you currently use, and you can also search for extensions. If you want to find the extensions that are relevant to you, often you type into Google and say useful extensions for whatever it is that you want to do. So jump into extensions because they'll change your world if you're rocking Chrome. So normally what happens once you have them uploaded into your Chrome browser is they sit up here just in little icons, or some don't, but most of them do. So I've got some showing and some that I don't show depending on their functionality. So the first one that I use is Gorgeous. That's a emailing templating app. So I've used it for a while, so there's a few templates that I already have in there, and it's really useful because if you're sending bulk emails out, then but you want to make them slightly personalized, then that's really useful for that. So that can link up with your Gmail, and it's super awesome. Loom is what I'm using to record this video right now. It can record you just you as a person. It can record your screen like I'm doing, or both at the same time like I'm doing right now. Next one is Crystal. This is a crazy extension. It's a personality AI. So essentially what it does is it reads what certain personality traits that people have. So you can look them up on LinkedIn or even in your Gmail when you receive emails from people, and it reads all the data on that person depending on how they interact with people. So if I go for myself, view personality, I haven't checked it out for a while, so it'll be interesting to see what comes up with. Loading says, Jason tends to be very relationship orientated and sincere and naturally ask people questions. So it even gives you quick tips that you can spend with me. So be warm and ask questions. I really enjoy hanging around people, so that is pretty accurate. If you scroll down, it sort of gives you a graph of what sort of tendencies they have. So I tend to be risk averse. I'm trusting. I tend to be optimistic. I think I'm accommodating. So there's all this data on any one person. So you can jump on anyone's LinkedIn, and it'll give you that data, I suppose, and that can help when you're approaching different people in different situations. Next one is Pushbullet. So Pushbullet allows me to text from my computer, and it also links up with other apps like Messenger, also WhatsApp. So it's really useful if you don't want to leave your computer and you receive a bunch of messages from different places. Next one I have is FoxClocks. This is just a real simple world clock. Depending on where you want to know about, you can add different countries and whatnot, and it's pretty simple without typing into Google. Lastpass, this is a useful app for storing all your passwords across different apps. It can also generate random passwords that can't be, I suppose, copied because they're so random. They have like exclamation marks, numbers, and letters and caps lock and all the rest of it. So that's really useful. So you have one password for LastPass, and then you have different passwords for everything else you use. Just don't forget your LastPass password, otherwise you're screwed. Next one, I have TabWrangler. So I'm a person who opens a whole lot of tabs, and then at the end of the day, I don't really revisit the ones that I have open. And so what TabWrangler does is after a certain amount of time, it closes the tabs that you're not using. So I set mine for 15 minutes, but you can set it for whatever you want. And at the end of the day, you can check out the tabs that have closed already. So you can see that 29, it actually saves the ones that you didn't use, but you can revisit them again. Adblock Plus, that's pretty self-explanatory. It just blocks ads. And the next one is Sorted. Sorted's pretty mega. It allows me to jump into my Gmail and use it in different ways. So the normal Gmail that most people know, so that's the one right here, but we also have Sorted. So once it loads up, you'd see Sorted on the side. So you just click that, and it allows a whole new functionality for your email. So what you can do is you can sort it into different categories. So this is my email list that you saw earlier, and what you can do is you can bring it over here. So here's an email that I've just dragged over into different categories. And once you've dragged it over, you can even assign it a date. Let's assign this to tomorrow ad. And then once you've done that, you can shift them around based on chronological order of when you need to get things done. So it's really useful. And if you want to just have a task list and ignore your emails for the time being because you need to get stuff done, then you have this area here to do that with. Of course, you can jump back to the normal Gmail format, but that's a really useful tool that you can engage with. So that's what I have for my tools that I use, and hopefully that will expand my efficiency. Most of the time I don't need to see most of those apps, so I just keep this area nice and tight. I've kept all my main useful websites, I suppose, up here, and that way I can keep things rocking and rolling and use my time more efficiently. So that's all from me. Hopefully that helps you. If you've got any tips that you use, just comment below. If you want to find out more, just hit me up. I'm happy to help. Awesome. Have a good day.